Welcome one-on-one. I'm Steve Adubato. It's my pleasure to introduce for the first time with us Dr. Tyrone Krause, Chief of Cardio-thoracic Surgery at Jersey City Medical Center. Good to see you, Doctor.
Thank you.
You have an amazing story. Give us the Reader's Digest version of it.
Sure. Basically, I enlisted in the Navy as a reservist. I'm 63 years old, and I do cardiothoracic surgery. The Navy has a shortage in cardiothoracic surgeons, and that's how this all came about.
What's this?
Well, joining the Navy as a cardiothoracic surgeon, as a reservist. As you know, there's always age limits on joining any area of the military. I required a waiver in order to get approved and get through the vetting process to join the Navy as a reservist.
Why was it so important to you?
Well, my daughter enlisted in the Navy as an officer, and her recruiter told me that they had a shortage. And a couple of things went through my mind. One was it'd be nice doing something that my daughter was actually going through. We do a lot of things together, myself and my daughter. We climb mountains, we jog together.
You're close.
We've done Kilimanjaro and Mont Blanc and a number of other mountains. And I looked at this as climbing another mountain with my daughter, having the opportunity to do something. But really also when they said that there was a shortage in cardiothoracic surgeons, this is what I do best. I've been doing it for a long time. I felt like I was still in my prime, so if I can help the military and our country, let me do it.
You know, the fascinating, excuse me, there's so many parts of this that are fascinating. Your daughter commissioned you?
Yes.
How does that work?
Yeah, and this was another exciting thing. She's on the USS Ramage as a officer in charge of the engineering department. And her captain went to her.
We're looking at photos of this right now. Go ahead.
And her captain went to her and said, it'd be great to get some good publicity. Would you like to commission your father, which is very unusual, on the deck of our ship? And so she asked me, I said, well, of course, if it's going to help you. And as a matter of fact, I thought all of this was primarily going to be helping her, but since I've done this, I've been getting the attention, not her, which might be a good thing. So she commissioned me, she swore me in. I was her first salute.
Her first salute.
Yeah, I don't understand that either, but at least at the time, it was a big deal. And so on the deck of a ship with all her fellow workers and her captain and other officers were there, and it was a little bit of a ceremony.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
For those who believe, who talk about retiring on a regular basis and quote unquote look forward to it, and more power to you. Some of us love what we do. You apparently love it even more. You said you were in your prime. 63 makes it the prime?
Well, age-wise...
Not in the NBA, I know that.
Age-wise, probably not, but surgically, in the operating room, my hands are still good. I still operate on a lot of complex cases that many others don't take on. So I think from a technical point of view, I still think I can do maybe even better than when I was 20 years ago.
Where does your passion come from for the work you do?
Probably my father. He instilled a work ethic, and I think that's where the discipline comes from. The passion comes from probably operating on patients. You get a call back every once in a while saying, thank you for saving my life. I think that plays a role.
But on the military end, what do you do, and why is there so much passion connected to that?
Yeah, well, the military end, I always, unfortunately, I never joined the military, and I always wanted to. When I was in high school, I wasn't going to college right away, and I was 18 in 1973, and the draft just ended for the Vietnam War, and I was going to go because I wasn't going to college. But then after that, starting school, and I just never had the opportunity, but I always thought about it. And I should have done it, but when this opportunity came along,
but you're actually, sorry for interrupting, Doctor, but you're training others. And the Navy.
Yes. Well,
describe that.
Yes. At the drills, and that's what right now, when you're in the reserves, you do what is called a drill, which is 2 days a month. And in my unit, it's called the Medical Corps, and a lot of people, junior officers, that are learning how to do basic things. Suturing, stopping bleeding, placing tourniquets, things like that. Because if we get deployed, they'll be in our unit.
They need to be ready.
And they need to be ready.
People talk about the physician shortage around the country.
Yes.
What about the shortage in the military?
No, there's a big shortage. At my NOSC, which is the place where I go once a month, I'm the only physician there. So there are a lot of physician shortages, not just in cardiothoracic surgery, but in other areas.
You love what you do.
Yes, yes.
Biggest message, people watching you for the last few minutes, it's a message you want them to take away.
Well, I think the message that I would like would be that especially if you're in the medical field, not just a doctor, but you could be a nurse. There are many nurses in my unit, or physician's assistants, or nurse practitioners, anything in the medical field. And it's not just the medical field, but there are other areas where you may think you cannot still join as a reservist in order to help. There are many shortages in other areas besides the medical field. And I would hope that someone watching this, not so much, maybe I'm just a little older, and maybe I'm, the retirement thing, but just to maybe consider giving back a little bit to the country.
And by the way, RWJ, Barnabas Health, is the parent, if you will, of Jersey City Medical Center. They had, in fact, full disclosure, happened to be one of the underwriters of what we do. Big impact in Jersey City, what you're doing, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Well, it was a very new program when I first got started there 6 years ago. We more than doubled the volume, and we keep on going up. I'm hoping that we go to the next level.
Most importantly, on behalf of everyone in the public television and the media world, congratulations to you, to your daughter. Thank you for her service, and thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Well done.
Thank you.
Stay with us. We'll be right back right after this.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by NJIT, the New Jersey Education Association, the Northward Center, New Jersey Resources, MD Advantage Insurance Company of New Jersey, the Healthcare Foundation of New Jersey, and by Adler Aphasia Center. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.